Well, hey folks, this is John with Ozarks Backroads with you here from the Ozarks Backroads World Headquarters Garage. We're going to be doing some projects on the new V-Strom 650 we've got here, the Suzuki. So today I've got some lowering plates to lower these foot pegs, drop them down about an inch, and then I've also got some new pegs coming that you can lower the pegs another half or 3/4, whatever you want. But today we're going to go ahead and do the plates. We're going to lower the pegs on the V-Strom 650, so stick around. So we're over here on the left side of the bike, on the shifter side, and basically the foot pegs and the shifter mechanism here, the shifter lever, hook into this plate that we're going to lower right here. It's got 2 bolts that hold it on. So we're going to take this off, this plate with the shifter and the foot peg off. We're going to install the drop plate here where this is at now, and then this plate will mount lower down here on this drop plate. They gave us a new, since the foot peg's going to be lower down, this shaft that runs from the shifter up to the lever here that actually does the shift lever on the transmission, this shaft needs to be longer. So they gave us a nice new piece here with the adjuster barrels on it. So we'll end up taking the ends off of this shaft here and putting them on this to lengthen that. So we've got that piece to do. Right now we need to unhook this arm off of the shaft here on the transmission. So this is going to come off with the shift lever. So we'll undo this. Before I remove this knuckle off of this shaft here, I'm going to go ahead and mark the end of this shaft where it mates in this slot, so I'll know where it goes when I put it back on. So I'm just going to kind of scratch it there. So now I know when I put that back on that needs to line up in that slot. The reason that's important is this arm here on this knuckle can hit if it's not positioned correctly. So it needs to be in the same spot after we reinstall it. So I'll just go ahead and this 6mm bolt here, loosen this up, and then it should slide right off. So all we have left to do now is just remove these 2 bolts. And this thing should come off, foot peg and all. There it is. This kit here is from SV Racing Parts, is where I've got this kit for this lowering plate. You can check that out at svracingparts.com. We've got our shifter, or our foot peg with our shift lever off, and then we've got this lever here that we've got to change. The left-hand thread goes up here in the part that goes on the shift lever. So I'm going to screw this out. On the new sleeve they gave us, the left hand is the one with the it's got 2 grooves cut in the end, so you can tell which is which. So I'm going to put that in temporarily, and then the other end, that the knuckle that goes on the shaft here, it's just a regular right hand. So we'll screw it on there. That's probably far enough. That one's a little longer. Our plate mounts on the back side of this. We'll run bolts through here, and then it's recessed on the back. The holes are recessed, so they won't stick out the back side. They'll be flush. So here we are with our bolt. We'll run that through the plate, and then it's a flush mount, and then it sticks out the front. And then on the front side we've got a washer with a nice looking little acorn, a chrome acorn nut on it there. We've got our plate mounted on the back of this foot peg plate here. We've got our new plate, our acorn nuts. We got those tightened up here on the front. I put a little Loctite in there just to keep them from any chance of them ever getting loose and coming off. So this will mount right here where the original plate mounted, like that. We're going to reuse the original screws, the bolts, and I put a little Loctite on those as well. So we'll screw these on. Now we've got to hook our linkage back up here. And it goes like that. I'm going to realign this mark I made, put it back in the slot so I know my lever's in the correct place. That looks right. When you spin that center adjuster here, it'll raise and lower your shifter. I'll raise it up to the highest point, and then I need to jam these nuts need to be jammed, just tightened against either end. So just turn it against the jam, lock it down against those knuckles. Remember, this bottom one's backwards, so I'm actually loosening it or counterclockwise to tighten it up against that knuckle. So that locks the adjuster down. So our foot peg is now, you can see this plate used to be right where this plate is. So it's dropped down 1 inch. I don't believe it's any farther forward. I think it's pretty much just straight down. I think that's going to be a lot better. And then when I get my foot pegs in, I can actually drop these down another 3/4 of an inch or half, however much I want. So this will make standing up on the bike a whole lot easier. All right, we're over here on the brake side now, and we kind of got the same thing going on. We got our pedal mounted to a plate here, and then also on the plate is the brake lever. You can see it pivots on the bottom of the plate here, and we got a rod that runs up to our brake cylinder, our master cylinder there for the rear brake. So this rod, when we lower this down, is going to have to be longer, the same as the shift rod on the other side. That give us a nice coupler here. So this will go in and lengthen this rod to make it longer, to make it work. So again, we got the 2 bolts here. We just need to take these loose. We've also got our brake switch mounted to a bracket that's attached to this plate. And we shouldn't have to do anything with it if the cable's long enough. If it's too short, I'll have to get up in here and lengthen the cable a little bit, undo some wire ties or something. But we've got a pin that runs through, and then there's a cotter pin on the back side that's folded over that runs through the shaft. I've got to straighten it out and get that off, and then this pin will just push out. I already loosened this upper jam nut. We should be able to just screw this off the bottom. This will screw onto our shaft here. This will go back inside here like it was, and then we'll screw it back on the end. All right, we got that back on there. So the tapered head will go down in here, and then this will run through like so. And I'm going to put a little Loctite on these. Whoops, I said a little. And then they gave us a nice chrome washer and these chrome acorn nuts. Before I mount that, I'm going to go ahead and hook this back up. Put this pin back in. When I can turn it here and kind of see behind it, that's why I want to do it now. They give us a new cotter pin for it. There we go, we got that pin back in. Now we can mount up our, relocate our plate here. I'm going to put a little Loctite on these as well. tighten this back up. We got our bolts all tightened up here. I got my rod hooked up. Kind of got it adjusted. It works the same as the one on the shift lever. You can adjust the height of the lever here by turning the center right here. I've kind of got it where I want it. So I went ahead and I jammed this bottom nut down tight. And then I need to jam this top nut down onto this sleeve. Those are all jammed tight now, so that's not going to move. The only other thing I've got left to do here is I need to make sure my brake light is working when I press the brake lever here. So I'll turn the ignition on, take a look back here, and it is working. Okay, well that's cool. Well, that's how we drop our pegs. And I did use Loctite on all this, so hopefully it won't come loose in the future. So if when I get my new pegs in that I can lower, I can drop them even a little more if I need to. Right now I'm going to put it on the ground and set on it and see how it feels. We're sitting on the bike here, and it's really amazing how much an inch on the foot pegs lowered them makes a difference. It's quite remarkable actually. I wouldn't have thought an inch would have made that much difference, but it does. The standing position is pretty good now. I'm not sure I'd want to lower them anymore. We'll see when we get the new pegs. I'll lower them a little bit and see what I think, but this is definitely, this is very similar to the Tiger right here. I appreciate you all hanging out with me, watching me install the SV Racing peg lowering plate, dropping our pegs down about an inch. I think it's going to work out pretty good. Get the Southwest Motec Ion adjustable foot pegs. I can drop them even a little more if I need to. That'll be really sweet. Invite y'all to come back and see me till I catch up with you again. Y'all take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.